Hello, Year 9. My name is Mr. Akuma. I am the head of business and economics here at Haggerston School. I want to talk to you very briefly about economics as a GCSE here at Haggerston. So economics is divided into two papers, paper 1, Introduction to Economics, and paper 2, National and Global Economy. And both papers are an hour and 30 minutes long, 80 marks each, and obviously each paper is worth 50% of the GCSE. What we focus on in paper 1 with Introduction to Economics is the microeconomic side of economics as a subject, where we focus on how changes in individual markets, whether it's the market for Air Force Ones, whether it's the market for basketballs, whether it's the market for FIFA 23, whether it's the market for shoes, whatever it is, how changes in that market, changes in the way consumers or businesses or the government behaves affects any one of those other groups as well. And then in paper 2, we look at the national and global economy. And there we look less so at individual markets and more so on the entirety of the economy. So how changes in the way consumers or businesses or the government behaves affects those other groups, the way changes in unexpected circumstances affects those groups as well, and how that affects the way the UK economy competes with other economies within the world. So the exam or the content is broken into year 10 content and year 11 content, which we can see here. Again, the year 10 content focusing on microeconomics versus year 11 content focusing more so on global macroeconomics. So I want to pose this question to you, and I want you to think about what economics means, because a lot of people don't know what economics is. You might have heard of the word, you might have heard of the economy being thrown around a lot, especially in the news, and not really understand what we mean when we talk about economics. And it's important to understand that when we talk about economics, we're not talking about just money. People think that economics is just money, and it drives me mad. It is so much more than that. Yes, studying economics can help you to understand how to analyze markets and how to be able to anticipate how changes in things like inflation, how changes in consumer spending, how the political environment in the UK can affect the stock market. And that can help you to make savvy financial decisions in the future where you can, benefit from those decisions. Yes, we do teach you what money is and the role of money in the economy, but it's not all about money. It is so much more than that. So to give you the definition of economics, this is a more formal definition. It's the study of scarcity and how economic groups attempt to satisfy their needs and wants through the allocation of resources. Now, that might sound either very boring or very interesting or not entirely clear about what economics is. And to be honest, it doesn't really answer the question, because economics is so broad that to define it in a sentence or two is basically impossible. But if we say that economics is the study of scarcity and choice, and I illustrate that with an example, that can help us to understand what economics is, what it looks like, and what eventually you'll be studying. So if we use this example, economics in action, and we look at the market for cigarettes, and we can look at it from a business/economic standpoint to begin with, because a lot of people aren't sure of the difference. So let's say that more people start smoking cigarettes. That means that the businesses that make cigarettes can make profit, especially if they find a way to lower their costs. It also means that if more people are smoking cigarettes, tobacco cigarettes, there might be less people smoking e-cigarettes. So that means that some of those businesses may close down because they don't have enough demand to make enough sales. And some of those businesses may have to make workers redundant, which means they have to let them go. Now, that's the business way of looking at it. If we dive deeper into economics, which we can do here, we can consider what more people smoking cigarettes would mean. That means that more people are likely to become ill due to first or secondhand smoke. That then means that more of these people are likely to be hospitalized. They're going to need, hospital beds, or they're going to need appointments. That means that there's going to be less hospital beds available for people with non-urgent health conditions, people that might need hip or knee surgeries. And it also means that for other people, it might be difficult to get appointments, and that could increase the chance of late diagnoses, which will not be good. This then means that the government might need to spend more of the taxpayers' money on the NHS, and that means that they might have to either increase taxes or spend less in other areas like education. And that could affect you. You being someone that doesn't smoke cigarettes, being negatively affected in more than one way by someone else smoking. And with economics, we look at that. We look at how the choices that consumers make, or firms make, or the government makes affects all of the other people within an economy. So pick economics to have a better understanding of how to broaden your horizons, how to understand how the world works, and be able to turn on the news and actually understand what's going on and what impact it will have on you or anyone else. Thank you for your time.